You're in a very good mood. How are you?
I'm very good. Basically, I have more time now. I have weekends, which I didn't used to have. We used to be so locked into doing work and everything that I basically didn't get weekends. I now have weekends back, which is an absolute delight and a blessing, and I'm very thankful for them. And it means that I can start doing more things that I enjoy doing. And I've started watching sport again, which is something I haven't done in a long time. The gateway sport back into sport, not drug, was the Six Nations, because I grew up, I'm Welsh, so rugby's part of that. And then I got Discovery Plus, and I watched all of the pro cycling available on Discovery Plus on the weekend, and it was sick.
I feel like this is a good time to start watching pro cycling again, considering the things that went down over the last couple of races.
Well, yeah, it was a very entertaining, eventful weekend, and it's nice kind of getting a gauge for who people are again. But what I have learned, and it has been backed up by the commentators, is that basically all pro cyclists now look the same. They either have a beard or they don't have a beard.
Who are the two teams where they're both in blue kit? It's Quickstep and someone else, so they're both in blue kit with white bits on. And there was a photo posted online of the two riders together. And if you're on a helicopter image, you wouldn't know.
Well, there was the race. There was a race in Belgium where Zeb from Northeast was racing, and the weather was so hideous the entire race. Pretty much everyone was wearing rain jackets and warmers.
And that's just normal weather for here, so Zeb must have done really well.
Yeah, you would have thought
so. He was in the breakaway, right?
Because of that as well, you can't even see numbers. So even if you did have a list of who the numbers were, you still wouldn't work it out. But I guess most significantly, it was Strade Bianche, which was mega good. The women's race was absolutely sick. There was so much attacking. Honestly, it was one of those races where you're like, I don't know who's going to win. There was this constant tussle in it was really the last 10K, which is in stark contrast to the men's Strade Bianche, where everyone knew exactly what was going to happen from 40K, 80K to go.
Pogačar said, I'm going to attack on this climb, and then did, and still no one could do anything, and then he rode on his own.
I think he's trying to set an expectation that he's not worth going after.
Did you upset people when you posted your thing on Instagram that said Aero is dead? And it was a picture of Pogačar riding in his upright position.
Yeah. Some people were very triggered by it.
Were they? Yeah. Mission accomplished. I messaged Aero coach saying, with that screenshot, just saying, why is Pogačar's position so shit? Just to poke the bear.
And what
and Xavier replied, I think it was Xavier replying. Do you want to know the exact reply?
Well, just the loose idea would be sufficient.
Can't remember. Good for a CX position. When CRR is as important as CDA on those surfaces, you can afford to give up a bit of CDA. CIR being rolling resistance.
I actually think there's a change in, and it's why I posted it on my story. I think cycling, even at the pro level, is transitioning to, or a better understanding that comfort is actually really, really valuable. And you can push lots of watts, or perhaps push more watts for longer if you are slightly less aero and prioritize things like hip angle and stuff like that.
You never know. You might find that his position is outrageously fast just because of the shape of his body.
Mm-hmm. There is that as well.
Despite looking upright. Aerodynamics are a funny thing. But especially in that race, the surface is so much more gravelly than people realize. There's too many other factors. That screenshot might have just been one specific point in the race where he was more upright as well. So.
He obviously has a tucked in position when he needs to.
He does, and he's also in a skin suit, aero socks, aero helmet, everything, aero wheels,
semi-aero frame.
Was he on Colnago?
Yeah. It's at least, it's fully integrated and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I tried to do a bit of digging online to see what sort of tyres pros are riding for these events. The only thing I managed to find was Ineos were riding 30mm GP 5000s, that is what they're called, isn't it? Yeah. At circa 75 PSI. So 30mm tyres, 75 PSI, road tyres. And it's mad to think that they are riding tyres like that on an event like that. I get it, because obviously their priority is pace and speed and rolling resistance, and they are also doing road sections. But I can't imagine going up some of those climbs on road tyres in a peloton as well. People literally sitting on your wheel with that lack of grip, but it works.
The gravel, if you were to put gravel in a level system, it's probably one level underneath Unbound. If people have raced and looked at pictures of it Unbound, like it's surprisingly gravelly. I rode it with Daniele Benati, who previously, he lives in that area of Italy, and he's an ex-pro. And the first white road that we hit together, I was running tubes and hit hit a rock straight away and punctured. And then we fixed it and it was fine for the rest of the ride. But it's not like you can just hit it full gas and be fine. They're not your normal, it's not road with a little sprinkling of gravel. Some of the sections are like really gravelly.
I think it's a great example of why normal consumers, normal people shouldn't follow what the pros do. Because they're riding that tyre setup on that kind of event is a pro thing only, because they want the absolute maximum performance, whereas a normal person is going to have a much more enjoyable time on a larger volume tyre, probably with a little bit of dread.
They're just hoping. A lot of it is luck, and they're prepared to sacrifice that. There's a chance that they might get a puncture any time, but the aero benefits and the speed benefits are obviously worth it.